The Oklahoma Champ U BBQ appears to have been another big success this past weekend, but Athlon Sports is still not sold on Brent Venables as the Sooners head coach. It's Big Monday. Let's talk about it. Good morning, and welcome back to Rise and Shines Big Monday. I'm your host, Jason Watkins, here with Big Mike Bowe Bentley. If you love college football, you know you're in the right place. So before you forget, smash that red subscriber button, like our videos, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss one moment of Hall of Fame college football. Welcome into the show, Big Bowe Bentley. Big weekend this weekend for you. You said it's slowing down from here, though. Hopefully. Yeah, it never really slows down, though, does it? Not with kids. You're going to be busy. That's all there is to it. Chris Fax out of Mars, James. Segoy English True Okie. Daniel Tulsa, welcome into the show, gentlemen. Sooners for life, you as well. Thanks for coming in. What were you about to say? Were you about to say something there, Bo?
Well, they're already going in on my boy Kevin Sperry.
Yeah, I kind of figured this was coming. Yes. Sperry wants to get away from O'Neal again. He will hit the portal, look at other options. But I believe Tennessee has a 5-star committed for 26. Tennessee's kind of good after this year, I think, as far as quarterbacks are concerned. They've got a couple of guys. Even that, it's not even a guarantee that the transfer guy from UCLA is going to get that job. So I don't know that I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and dog out old Kevin. You know, he did his thing, and but I think that when we start talking about that, obviously, Bowe Bentley committed to Oklahoma on Friday. Good way to start off Champ U BBQ weekend, I would guess. If especially after the day before that, Jaden O'Neal decommitting, but that was one of the first things that kind of came to my mind was that, man, both the guys that decommitted in the last couple of years now going to Florida State. And the reason that the first one decommitted is now at Florida State. So it's going to be tough. Talking to those guys a little bit last night after Jaden committed to FSU, it was pretty clear that it looks like he's got a clear path to have a chance to start as a freshman. They've got a couple of guys there, but nobody has any real experience there at Florida State. So, it's been a tough week for the O'Neals, I think, but I think it's going to end up working out pretty well. And he's going to ball out wherever he goes. He's just that kid. You know what I mean? But let's see. Welcome in, Garrett. TP.
He can throw the rock, man.
He can throw the rock. No doubt, bro. No doubt. No doubt at all. Okay. Okay. That's true. Yeah, I mean, you never know. One never knows. Garrett, good to see you, man. Yeah, so let's talk about it. You were there at Champ U BBQ this weekend. Part of a player parent panel, kind of, taking some questions, doing some stuff like that for the, possible new recruits coming in. Obviously, they landed a commitment from a kicker this weekend. It's the first time I've seen that in a while, where you actually get one in recruiting. But Oklahoma,
don't sleep, bro. This shit is important, homie. We gotta get.
Hey, we know that they've missed way too many
kicks. Kid that can put it through the uprights under pressure, and it's not
There is no doubt about it,
Yeah,
man. When
sounds
you
like
don't have a guy that can put it through in the clutch time when you need especially in this league in the SEC, you got to make a lot of kicks. You're gonna close games. You're gonna need to make some of those kicks. So getting a guy like Trace Rudd, huge get out of another guy out of the Kansas area up there in Overland Park. So big grab for them on that one. But I think that the big targets that most people are talking about is the reason I was saying that was, obviously Jake Kruel was there, edge rusher. He's a lot of people coveted. A lot of people covet Jake Kruel. Taj Overton, I think any day now could become a Sooner than they. Bo Jandro, I saw him posting some stuff last night with him and his brother being there as well. Looks like that could be a possible grab as well. Main reason I was bringing all this up, I mean, with you having brought in, this one's your first time at Champ U BBQ, of course, how big was it for you guys, and how big is this event really for Oklahoma recruiting? Because it seems like Coach Venables is a closer when it comes to this stuff. You get all those guys in there, and these guys go to work and seem to land them at this event.
Yeah. It's big stuff, man. It's a lot of stuff going on. You know what I mean? Like, especially at Champ U, they're doing bonding stuff. With kids, like the teammates. By position.
Yeah,
Scavenger hunts. You see all that, the pictures from that on the internet. The dodgeballs. The hooping and
yeah,
water gun fights, and just stuff for the kids that to bond. And you see the parents getting in their groups and talking and bonding and forming relationships. But I mean, like Champ U, the night of Champ U is amazing. There's just amazing food all over the place, right? Like people are tapped out. You know what I mean? Like after the second day, like come on, man. Like if you don't mess around and gain 15 pounds, but it's a good time, man. There's a lot, video shoots are happening. Um, the players are with the recruits, um, trying to sway some opinion and make some decisions and showing them around. And there's just so much stuff happening. If you like, now that I wasn't like in the fray of like, recruiting, and I was just kind of there enjoying myself through some of it, like you see all that stuff going on, like different conversations just everywhere with different coaches, different people, parents, players, like just, going on, not to mention the food, the photo shoots, all the other stuff going on.
those photo shoots are getting real deal, aren't they?
Yeah,
Those photo shoots
you
are
know,
wild.
you can't stay stagnant, right? So now they can, since photo shoots is only an official visit thing, right?
Uh-huh.
You can put a little bit more time and effort into it and make it special, right? Instead of like, every time a kid shows up, they're taking photos. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But yeah, I think there's some pretty cool photo shoots out there, man. Like,
Man,
you
I
know,
mean, they go all out for it. It's like a real, like models, how they would do with a model or something, the Sports Illustrated issue or something like that, man. It's
yep.
quite a
You got
big part of this whole deal, right?
You just gotta work on their poses, man. They gotta know what they're gonna do. You can't get in there and freeze up and just look stiff. Where you gotta have a little routine that you gotta do, man. You gotta
Have
figure
your
out what to
touchdown dance
pose.
ready and shit.
Yeah, all that shit, man. You gotta have it all ready. I used to, it's funny, like kids, you're like, I don't know what else to do. They just, it's funny. It's
Mr.
funny.
Evidence, welcome into the show, sir. New to the show, it
Um,
looks like. I'm not sure who this is. That's
that
something for you.
name,
Check
man.
your comments.
Police.
Were you talking about oh, this is on Rumble. Check my Rumble comments. I will. I'll check
Oh,
that
dang.
out. I'm
On
glad somebody's
Rumble.
watching on Rumble, man. That's cool. I like it when people watch on Rumble. I gotta figure it out a little better. I don't really have it down the way that they do
Damn
things
right.
on Rumble. Huh?
YouTube got you on fucking suppression mode, homie.
Still? You think I'm still
Well,
being
dude,
suppressed by YouTube?
I don't get none of your notifications.
Huh? I don't know. It's weird. Maybe you're on suppression mode. I don't know. No, I don't think it's.
Nope.
Good stuff. Nope. Good stuff. Let's see. What do we got here? Let's see what he's saying. Oh, really? You're coming in? I'll take a look at it, but you can't be. I'll take a look at that later, but he's on here trying to get some business. He's trying to help me with my Rumble feed. Mr. Evidence. Thank you, Mr. Evidence. We'll have to take a look at that. All right.
Mr. Evidence. What a name.
What a
name.
Mr. What's up there, Evidence. Charles Crow? And True Oki says, how am I feeling about OU's recruiting thus far? Aside from the O'Neal decision, look, just so we make this understood, I don't have a problem with Bowe Bentley. Okay, I do not have a problem with Bowe Bentley. I knew I was going to have to make this a point to say this.
Better.
I'm a fan of the kid too, but here's the deal: we've gotten to know Jaden O'Neal, and I'm not going to go back on what I said. I still think Jaden's a better player right now. I think he's got a bigger arm, but I never said that I had a problem with Bentley, and I think he's very good. I think that the only problem that I've had in all of this is the same problem a lot of people have had, is that I just didn't think that they went about it the way that you probably should have with this recruiting. They could have told him what they told him Thursday, months ago, and this would not even be a conversation. That's all I'm saying. Kind of strung him along, and he was loyal to the point that he moved all the way to Oklahoma. So it just, to me, I didn't care for the way that went, and I think a lot of people felt that way. So just so everybody understands, I am fine with Bowe Bentley. I think it's fortunate for Oklahoma that you got one of them for sure, because if you lost them both over that, then people would really be talking bad about you today. So hopefully for them, I would say that in the end, I think you're gonna have to. You better show up and show out whenever you get your opportunities this year, because if you don't, it could be hurtful to the way things are going in the recruiting and stuff like that, I think. And that's just perception around the country. When you end up, you lose this guy and this guy flips at the last second because you've kind of tried to do it like nobody else in the country does. People negative recruit Oklahoma already. So just understand that didn't probably help, is all I was getting at. So anyway,
it's at the end of the day, it's so much more business.
Yeah.
These days, and you got to be able to keep that separate. Yeah, it sucks. Trust me, I probably wouldn't be happy either. But I mean, it's business, man.
It is business. The O'Neal said that. To be fair, they said the same thing.
Yeah, but dude, Florida State's a great place and a great program, dude. I think it's a good fit for him. I think it's a really good fit for him. So yeah, he's too good of a quarterback. O'Neal is to not land on his feet. You know what I mean? There's too much talent.
No doubt.
There's too many physical abilities that the kid possesses, and
on top of that, he's a really good kid. He comes from a cool ass family. I mean, they're just all the way around. There's nothing bad about recruiting this kid. You know what I mean? But as far as Bryce, are we not beating a dead horse? We're not beating this horse. We're not. This is finishing it off. It was brought up to me. So I would just tell you that when it comes to that, I'm moving on too. Yeah, I'm ready to move on with it. The O'Neals are ready to move on from it. I'm sure Oklahoma's ready to move on from it. And it is what it is. But I mean, it's a conversation that's being had over the weekend. So it's not like it's, crazy to talk about it today or anything like that. But there are other things to kind of move forward on it. And I agree that it's, I'm excited for Jaden that, like you just said, FSU is a fine program. It's one of the best programs the last 30 or 40 years. They've done a lot of winning. So, and after last year, you can tell they definitely need a spark somewhere, and quarterback could definitely be the place to do it. Yeah, I just feel like it is kind of what it is.
Who they got? Who does Florida State got on that roster?
You know,
Do we know?
kind of going through and looking at it, I
Quarterbacks?
know they've had to been. I don't know how heavy they were in the portal. Let me take a look here. Let me take a look at it. But you know, I think a lot of the guys they got ended up probably coming from like UCF or anything like that. You know, because of Gus. But let's look. Shoot. Let's take a look. The thing is the last few years they've been so heavy in the portal.
You know who they got? They got the kid from Boston College at quarterback.
Yes, they do. Yeah, it's Tommy Castellanos. Yeah, I knew that one. But then they've got Glenn Brock and Kevin Sperry are their other two quarterbacks. So what's going to happen is Castellanos this is his last year. He's a one and done when it comes to Oklahoma or Florida State. So you know, and the other guy, I think Brock has played a little bit, maybe hadn't been a bunch, or Brock Glenn. And so when it comes to that, I think you're going to end up having probably a real quarterback competition, you know, come this time next year. So kind of see, it's like I said, I don't even know that it's a bad. I think when we start talking about what we're going to talk about, with the whole deal and how it pertains to Oklahoma is one thing, but I think to some extent, then you have every right, if you're the O'Neills, to not be happy with the way that it went in Oklahoma. That being said, it may, and we talked about this, I talked to his dad about this yesterday, this may have ended up being the best thing for you in the long run, because I don't know that even if he came in and was unbelievable all spring or whatever, next year, chances are he wasn't going to get really an opportunity to even be a starter at OU in year one. He could go in and play right away at Florida State. You go in and show you're the guy, you're going to be the guy. You know what I mean? So I would just feel like it, I don't know about all that stuff, man. I've heard different things too. I'm not going to really comment on that anymore. Yeah. Yeah, and we are talking about that, Bryce. Relax. We're gonna finish the conversation till it's we're gonna have the end of the conversation, but you know, it's not something that's gonna be brought up all the time anymore. We got a good wide receiver room in 25. We got a lot of good stuff there's a lot of good stuff to look forward to for OU. Although you wouldn't know that if you're looking at Athlon Sports or any of that kind of stuff out there. There's a lot of people that are still sleeping on Oklahoma. I think that the Champ U BBQ has an opportunity to actually show that maybe some of these publications are sleeping on OU, and I'm not sure why they would be, but you know, if it tells me that a lot of reporters, a lot of people that are covering college football on a national level don't pay very close attention to any of it, because if all you're going to do is go off of last year's record, that you don't know this team. Huh? What?
They can't pay attention to every team like that, right? So they just got to take little tidbits of what they heard and what they do to put out some content.
No, but I disagree with that. If you're going to talk about them and you're going to if you're ranking the SEC, for instance, I've got the SEC rankings from Athlon. They can rank them 1 to 16. You better know what you're talking about. I've written those stories before. I would never not know what I'm talking about. There's not a team in the SEC that I won't know top to bottom by the time we get ready to start this season. And I know a lot of them already very well. The truth of it is that you got to pay.
Saying, though.
Huh?
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, they're not you. Right? Just because you do it don't mean that they're going to do it.
Well, that's why I'm
like
talking
reporters
shit.
And like
that's why. Listen, hey man, when you do this job, you should do that job well. You don't. half-ass it, especially if you're working for Athlon
Yeah.
Sports. Don't give them excuses to be shitty.
No, I'm
Don't give
not giving them excuses to be shitty. I'm saying they are shitty.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
think
I
that they
expect
think
them to
he
be
is.
shitty. That's what I'm saying. I expect them to be shitty. The
Yeah,
record has shown us that they are shitty. Past things have shown us that they are shitty. Like,
that's true.
that's all I'm saying.
Not to trash out Athlon Sports so
Expect it.
much, but or at least I'm not. But I don't know. Honestly, you're right. Here's the thing: when you try to take on too much with no staff, here's where it is. I'll tell you this much: I don't think Athlon is huge as far as how many guys they got writing for them. They've got a bunch of dudes that are. The way that I would go about it is I would find a guy in each location that can write me something that knows something going on with it, right? Obviously, you got to worry about competition when it comes to that. That there's going to be people within those areas of those programs that cover those programs. That you can't just go and ask a reporter from a newspaper or whatever necessarily to do that for you, but you should be able to find somebody that knows something about those programs. You should be able to know something somebody that knows something. So I don't know what I know that they're shorthanded. We always see the guy that he's their editor or whatever he is. He's always on that SEC podcast. Um, he seems like an okay guy and all. He seems to know what he's talking about, and I don't think that he's hating on OU so much. But this writer the writer that did this one, I don't know if it had anything to do with him or not. I know that they are definitely in love with Texas. They're definitely in love with Texas, but that doesn't make them a whole lot different than anybody either.
Aren't they all? Aren't they all?
Aren't they all? They are all. No two ways around that for sure. So it is what it is. It is what it is, and that's fine. You know what I mean? And the one thing I'd say about it is let them sleep. Let them sleep. But we'll come back to that in here in just a few minutes. Let's finish talking about the Champ U BBQ and some of these targets that it looks like you have a pretty good shot at landing. Number one, let's talk about Jake Kruel. Did you get a chance to do any interacting with him, or what are your thoughts about that kid? He looks like a monster coming out of IMG.
Yeah, he's. I actually had about a 2-minute elevator ride with him. Picked my brain real quick. It was actually kind of intriguing. Like, there was no like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, "My name's Mike. Da, 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 my son's here." He's like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And then he was like right into it. Like, "How's he like it?" Da, 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 just rattling off questions, man. He was intense, man. He's a good looking kid, man, for sure. Obviously, he's really talented and is really good at pass rush. You know what I mean? Like, you see the highlights, you see the videos and in the from the camps or whatever. But yeah, dude, he looks good, man. He's a good looking kid. Got a good frame. You can obviously tell there's a lot of room for growth. And I'm pretty sure he was. His parents are really cool too. Talk with his parents a little bit. Dad's a big guy. You can see where he gets it from. But yeah, it was a good time. Crew looks good, man. I got a good feeling about it. I he's one of the not say better interactions, but like one of my favorite interactions that I had with a couple of the kids. So I think he's going to be a good looking defensive end in Oklahoma for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely a stud, and apparently, I guess R. Mason was his host, I guess, for the weekend, so that's good.
Yeah.
Can't be a bad that can't be a bad thing, and looking
Yeah.
like, and he talked about that, I guess, when he was talking to the guy from On Three, and brought up how he's projected to be first, second round, one of the pretty close, pretty high up there as far as that goes. So, good person to be able to sit and chat with and understand kind of what they're doing. But it sounded like he really enjoyed the film sessions that they were having and being able to talk to. I'm sure, here's the thing. I think as a unit, this coaching staff does a fantastic job at these events. They do a fantastic job at Future Freaks. This is huge as well, for getting commitments. And I think that Brent Venables and this staff do a just an unbelievable job of kind of bringing everything and bringing in all that emotion and finding a way to sell you on it. They're closers when it comes to this stuff. And I think Miguel Chavis is one of those dudes that is a big time closer. When I mean his passion and his love for this, what he's doing, is got to be infectious, right? I mean, it's got to be infectious. It's infectious for me. So I can only imagine what a guy that possibility to come and play for him feel like, right?
Hey, let me tell you something, man. Chavis is that guy. Right?
Yeah,
Like
he is that guy.
you don't have to worry about Miguel Chavis like striking out, right? Like
No,
a kid.
he's been getting them every year.
A kid may commit. A kid may commit somewhere else, but he loves Miguel Chavis, right? Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like there's a real relationship that is formed, right? And yeah, man, like at the end of the day, dude, yeah, Big Chave.
Oh, well, and
He
I
gonna
mean,
get
I
it
can
done.
remember when he was
He,
playing at Clemson. You know, he was that was his. Everybody knew who Miguel Chavis was, not because he was. I mean, he was one of the better players on those championship team, that one championship team. But he wasn't necessarily like, you know, he wasn't an All-American type, I guess, or whatever. I mean, he was pretty good, but he wasn't a guy that, you know, he was just, you know, we're talking about in the way they were Isaiah Simmons and some of those other D linemen. I'll put it that way. But he was definitely a big part of what they were doing because of just how much he loved it. His story was fantastic. You know, the story that he has is fantastic. So it was fun. It was fun. It was it's always been fun to watch him, and I still remember when he was recruiting the old boy that ended up going to Texas, and you know him doing he's at the pool when whenever the guy committed, and he's let's go. He's all sitting there at the pool outside of his house. That used to be part of our intro. Was Miguel Chavis at the end doing the let's go? He's a trip, man. He's a trip. I like him, man. Didn't he wrestle for a
you
while
have no
too in
idea.
WWE for a while?
Chavis?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did. One of those big wrestling ones. It may not have been
He tried out.
WWE, but one of the maybe like the AEW or something like that. He was doing it for. He was. I'm telling you, he was. But
Really?
yeah,
That's hilarious.
yeah, dude, he's a trip, dude.
I can see it though, dude. I can
Oh,
see it.
he's
I can see
perfect
it.
for a wrestler.
Like,
Perfect for a wrestler, right?
oh my God, are you kidding me? Oh man,
Mhm.
that's hilarious. I need
Right,
to
right.
find some content on that. I need some content. I need to find.
Elio. I'm almost positive that that's true.
Hey,
I
if
saw
there's
something about it.
content out there,
Let's find it.
I need you to send it to me in my DMs.
Must we find it?
Kind of
Yes.
people in the comment section blow up my DMs with the Miguel Chavis wrestling content. I need that.
Hey, well, let's find it. Since we're talking about it, we need to
I
find this.
can't even imagine, dude. This is gonna be so good. Oh my God, this is gonna be so good. Damn. Yeah, man. That's Bransky. What up now?
Be sharp. What up with y'all? What up? Hey, Neilio. What's up, my guy? How was the lake? Good, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I'm glad you were out there. Got some time away. Got some time away. Boomer
Dude,
Halen.
I ain't been able to get on. Been windy as hell up here, man. 20, 30 mile an hour winds. The damn lake looked like the ocean, man. The waves was crashing up on the shore.
Oh yeah, go out there and get seasick and shit.
Absolute craziness.
Yeah, go out there and get all seasick. Nothing yet so much. I mean, we're just talking about Champ U and how they get it done over there. So aside from those guys, you know, obviously Jake Kruel being a big one, but I think Taj Overton, you know, he's one of the top recruits out of the state of Oklahoma. Another defensive line guy. Excited about his prospects as well. I think that one feels like it's almost done, right? I think that one feels pretty close. Jordan Clay, and look, I don't know. I like the tweet I saw from Bo Jandro and his brother yesterday. They seemed to very much enjoy the photo shoot stuff.
Listen, man, let me tell you, I'm gonna come to you from a parent perspective on this, right?
Love it.
Okay. And just think how amazingly difficult it would be logistically for one son to be at OU and another one to be at Oregon, Texas, or whatever, right? On the same weekend. Like that is super inconvenient. And I'm not saying the parents are pressuring them to do any of that type of things and like, well, you got to come to Oklahoma because your brother's here, like, that type of stuff. But just knowing what I know and what I go through on Fridays and Saturdays, like that's
How hard would that be to have to go to two
that's a lot of
different
money.
places? That's a shit ton
Listen,
of
that's
money.
a lot of money. That's
Yeah.
a lot of money, homie. Like
Yeah.
for real. That's you're spending. Oh, dude, I can easily 20,000 on travel. 15. God, it's got to be, man. It's maybe 20 is a little high, but it'll at a minimum 10. At a minimum 10.
Bro, yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. So if you can get both guys in there at in the same, both of your kids going to the same place, that's a good thing, right? I mean, man, and trying to split it up and going to separate colleges and stuff like that to try to go watch them play, and because you're going to have to split your time between both programs, they're going to.
Yeah.
I know Big Dave. We've had Big Dave on here a few times and stuff. Big Dave Uyunglele, and it was one thing whenever DJ, was at Clemson, but because, Mateo's just now going to be well, he's a junior, but a true junior, this is his third year going in. So the last couple of years, the last 2 years of while DJ was there, he had to split between going, him and his ex-wife now, they had to split between going to both of those places, and getting to see. And obviously with DJ, he wanted to watch the last of his career, going on and stuff like that. And, but Mateo was having a huge year at Oregon. He led the Big Ten for a good while. I don't know if he ended up leading the Big Ten in sacks, but by the time the playoffs were over, but he led them for the regular season for sure. And it just fantastic. You know what I mean? What a great player he's going to be. But it's got to be tough, man. It's got to be a tough deal.
Yeah, it's. I mean, and let's talk about
smoke.
The obvious, right? The twin aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
what?
How often do you see twins separate? They've been together their whole life.
No, yeah, they don't know any other way, right? Usually never. Almost never.
Mom and the Jandro, hey man, the Jandro parents, amazing, right? Hey, Grandpa and Grandpa Jandro was even there.
Were they?
Turning up. Oh yeah.
He said turning up. I love
turning
it.
Up, man. Turning up.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Retired. Hey, shout out Grandpa Jandro, 20-year veteran of a policeman, 20-year policeman, retired as a police officer, man.
Shout out to Grandpa Jandro. Shout out to
a great time, dude.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad. That's what I said. I mean, they throw a party at Champ U BBQ, man. That's what it is. They throw a party for these folks.
Dude, that's the whole weekend. It's just a party. It's a good time.
Hell yeah. I love it.
Damn.
No?
Nothing.
Ryan's not finding anything on that. Man, maybe I just dreamed it up. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm telling you, I've seen something.
I feel like I've heard it before, and when you said it, it kind of like, yeah, maybe I did. I think maybe he told us that one time at a junior day during recruitment.
Yeah,
that he did that after football.
I swear I've heard this before. It's not. I mean, I guess it could have been in a dream, but I'm almost positive I heard it somewhere. I don't know, man.
I'm texting him right now.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, yeah. See, get it from the horse's mouth. What are we doing? What's up there, Smook? What's up? Let's see. Ryan C. Boomer Halen Crow. What's up, my guy? Brandon Snake. Appreciate it, Sharpshooter. Telling everybody to hit that like button and sub as well. We appreciate that. Appreciate that. Richie Dubs, our guy from Ohio State. Sorry. I was almost like just dissing you all the way, Richie. My bad. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you guys. Neilio, my man. Appreciate you, my guy. Who else we got in here that I haven't already said hello to? Jeremy Stevens. Good to see you, my guy. Sandlin. Sooner Ace. Yep. And I like this comment. That's why I wanted to come back to it for sure. But guys, you got to think about this too. I remember somebody was questioning a tweet that I made because the conversation, and talking about this Athlon deal, the conversation around even still some Oklahoma fans, or fair weather fans is what I would definitely call them to quote my boy Smook here. The fair weathers of the fan base were still really kind of talking about anything less than 8, blah, 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 that you got to fire him. No, what's up there, Benji? Good to see you. We're just starting. The fair weather of the fan base would be, they're still hating on it anyway. But I was saying kind of what we've been talking about on this show is the truth is it would take a lot. I think it's going to take more than just only winning 7 or something like that for them to get rid of Brent Venables. And why would you want to fire him at this point when, look, it's not as easy as just flipping a switch and saying, yeah, we're going to go win a natty now. You know what I mean? And the money that they have invested in this class, in every class since we got here, I would have a hard time believing that they're going to do it. But, like I was saying, it's weird to me that some of these expectations, oh no, they're only going to win 6, they're only going to win 7. And I said this something about them having a top 10 roster, and it was like, really, a top 10 roster? And I was like, yeah, this is not hard to find, folks. This is not hard information to find. In fact, last year around this time, the blue chip ratio came out, and I think they were 5th. I mean, that tells you a lot. The blue chip ratio is that number that I don't know how much longer this is going to matter. And it may continue to matter. It may not, but the blue chip ratio has been unequivocal since 2000 that the number of blue chips, if you don't have 50% or more, and really it's been 60% aside from Clemson the first time that they won it, and then Michigan these 2 years ago, that you have to have 60% or else there's no way you can win a national championship. They were number 5. They were one of only like 8 schools in the country that at least were at that 50% threshold, and they were over 60. It didn't hurt when you go get a guy like Marvin Jones Jr. that was a 5-star. Back in all the 5-stars that they have on the roster, and it's not as many as Bama and some of these other guys for sure. But again, I would preface a lot of that by saying that, look, a lot of the guys started going to Alabama were 5-stars because Saban was going after them. They fit that mold and that body type that Saban wanted in his program. So if he liked them, then the recruiting services better like them too. Why do you think Danny Okoye became a top 100 player? Because Nick Saban made him the MVP at his camp and wanted him in Tuscaloosa. Nobody else gave him any kind of credit because he played in the homeschool league. You know what I mean? So,
bro, his highlight video, his huddle highlight video is insane.
Insane. It's like he's shot out of a fucking cannon.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta pick up the kid.
Okay, cool. He'll be right back with us. Let me go back to the solo. Yeah, but this is, I think when you look at it from top to bottom, Sooner Ace, there's no denying that this is the best roster he's had. Without a doubt. Top to bottom. Particularly, you start talking about that defense, you can go 3 deep at pretty much every position before you start questioning whether or not they can play here, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna. The point I was trying to make is this is a really good roster, and if you were to do that, the reason I'm just telling you, especially defensively, and it's been a long time coming for Oklahoma to have another good defense because they haven't had one in a while. They've had some good pieces. They hadn't been able to ever put it together as a true good defense, right? What's up, Ryman Lehman? Good to see you, man. Congrats to the OKC Thunder. Hey, we'll talk about that in just one second. I just wanted to kind of finish off on what we were saying with that the Champ U stuff was, man, no doubt about it. You have to look at top to bottom what they are. And I think that they're going to be very good. Is that going to be enough to win 10 games this year? I don't know. I think that some things are going to have to go your way. I think that you're playing so many likely top 25 teams throughout. I mean, you start off with Michigan in week 2. In week 4, you've got Auburn, and a lot of people are high on Auburn, even though Jackson Arnold's going there. They're loaded at receiver, loaded. They're loaded. I think their offense is going to be just fine, and Hugh Freeze knows what he's doing with that. Now, Smook's been picking them as one of his picks to make the playoff. I think you're kooky, Smook, by the way, on that one. But but the rest of it, and he was almost throwing up while he's doing it, by the way. But he's been picking them there. He's high on South Carolina, higher than we are here on South Carolina. But I think that LSU is going to be legit. I know that Alabama is going to be legit. The expectations are that Georgia is going to be exactly what they have been. I struggle to see that, but I don't think they're going to be bad. Tennessee, I know a lot of people are thinking a lot of them. Here's the thing. We hadn't said a whole bunch about Ole Miss. Everybody that I've heard talking about Ole Miss from around the program, and again, I'm going to talk about things that I know, around the program, they like this receiving core better than anyone they've had. It said it's the best receiving core they've had at all, period, since Lane Kiffin got there. That's saying something. I think Austin Simmons is going to be very good. I don't know that they're going to be able to withstand what's going to happen on the defensive side. They lost a bunch of dudes to the draft and just, graduating and stuff that was really made that thing what it was. Yo, Shawty. Man, I'm glad to see you. I was just thinking about you before the show. I was going to get a hold of you afterwards, man. How you feeling? Hope you're feeling better, my guy. Yeah, I got a kicker. Got to stay healthy. Absolutely. They made moves toward that as well. The new head trainer has been in charge of rehabilitation with the Saints for a long time. And he's done a great job everywhere. He's an OU guy as well. I'm excited about that. He's already made some pretty serious changes to the staff, which was what was promised, at the end of last year whenever all that kind of got freaking going that way. So that's a good sign because there's been some problems even since then throughout the early part. So I think that a new team coming in that's gonna kind of take that over is big. But yes, you have to. I mean, that's every team in the SEC or in the country. If without health, it's going to be tough to get very far. The good news about Oklahoma is you got a lot of depth. A lot of depth. Speaking of Auburn, their current class is taking some huge hits. It's the make or break year for Auburn. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I think I don't think that Hugh helped himself very much when he said that they got to be bowl eligible when they were asking him on the next round about what he felt like they had to do in order for him to keep his job. And he spits out bowl eligible. Come on, bro. You're in Auburn. That ain't even happening. Cannot be enough. Roster has to be compared to your peers. Absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt. No doubt. And that's what we were saying about the whole blue chip ratio stuff. There's only about 8, I think there's 7 or 8 teams total that, or well, maybe I could be wrong about it, but last year I believe it was 7 or 8 that were within that definitely that were within the 60%, and only a couple of more that were at 50% blue chip ratio. And like I said, it is 50%, but only because of Michigan and the first Clemson national championship back in 2016. Those are the only two teams that had less than 60% and won the national championship. So that's just kind of, like I said, I think that obviously to stay within that, and if you look at their recruiting, even though I would tell you that I still think that there was a lot of undervalue on some of the guys that they brought in the last couple of years. Just the fact that Jaden Jackson and Eli Bowen were both 3-stars whenever they were first offered by Oklahoma. Now, Jaden ended up being a top 200 kid, but Eli was still a 3-star by the time he got here. They were both freshman All-Americans. So you can't tell me that was a correct. There's some other guys. I feel the same way about Boganowski. We had Reggie Powers was a top 100 guy, but a lot of these kids, you feel like they kind of slept on them a little bit coming out, and it's just kind of the way it is, but it's the good news about the way that they're doing things now. You have an entire staff of scouts that they're going to have, and you're already seeing it, that they're going after a certain body type, the NFL body type. That's what they want. So let's see. You heard some big names coming aboard? Which ones? Who you got? Yeah, that's what Hugh Freeze said. That's what he said. It was it made headlines. I'm surprised you didn't hear that already. Let's see. Really like Lee at offensive tackle. He looks like $1 million. Yeah, he's a stud. Keep talking about depth. I got my drink here. The word is competitive depth. Competitive depth. Let's see, you were pissed off about what? So there you go. Going by blue chips, OU's 4th in the conference. Okay, so they're behind LSU, Georgia, Alabama. Texas has got to be up there. They've had top 5 classes the last 3 years, as far as that goes. So they got to be in front of one of those schools, which would have to be LSU then, because we know Georgia's up there. Wipe them feet, wipe them feet, wipe them feet. Where's the Buc-ee's cup? It's dirty, man. I gotta wash it every once in a while. And this one doesn't. This is the only one that fits under the Keurig. Training staff problems. Yeah, they've been some. Yeah, dude, I've been pissed off about that too. You're right. Yeah, I think it got. I don't know. Never mind. Everybody knew that we were talking about it. Let's put it that way. There you go. Bang. 72 and 73% in 2024. Texas wasn't ahead of OU by a little bit on that. I was trying to remember. Anyway. Yeah, look. You didn't tell me how you're feeling there, Shawty. How you feeling, bro? You better? I was calling them all bums. I was calling them all bums whenever Smook was on his show the other night. Let's see. OnlyFans video, is that what you're talking about? You're such a dick. Who is Hayes saying we just landed? Let me see. Hayes, where you got? Let's go, Hayes. Well, there was a flip 15 minutes ago. Ja'Vari Barnett flipped his commitment from Illinois to Bama. Running back, 4-star running back, stud. Woo. Another good tight end going to Notre Dame. Coach will be happy about that. 6'4", 220 from Toledo, Ohio, Preston Frizel. Yeah, man. All right. I don't know. He just said, oh, well, it says horses times 2 is what he put. It's got to be the Jandro twins, maybe. It's got to be the Jandro twins, right? Got to be. Yeah. Well, hey, man, I'm good. I'm glad you're good, man. Glad you're good. You gotta be worried about it, man. That picture had me worn out whenever you sent that, man. Did not look good. Glad you're on the mend, my brother. Just glad everybody who attended the barbecue did not sustain a soft injury. Shush. I was able to see a little bit of yesterday's show with O'Neal. Yeah, man, appreciate it. Yeah, you know what? Man, look, I don't. People can say whatever they want. I do have affinity for the kid in this family. I think they're great people. I think he would have been great at Oklahoma. I think he's going to be great at Florida State. You know, no two ways around it. Wherever he ended up, he's going to do his thing. So I hate it that he's not going to be at OU. I don't love the way that they handled it, but that doesn't mean I hate Bowe Bentley, because I think Bentley's going to be really good wherever he goes too. But to be able to keep him from going to LSU doesn't hurt anything if you're Oklahoma. Probably hurts BK a little bit for sure, but I'm glad that everything worked out for Oklahoma too. That's a big part of it as well. It's they're lucky that it did work out as well as it did, I think. So, no, in the end, I think that Florida State got a good one. They got a good one. He said I was looking like the Elephant Man for about a week. Bro, you did not look good. When that picture you sent me, you did not look good. So, yeah, all swoled up. Swoled up. Crystal ball to OU by Sam Spiegelman for Davian. Is that Groche? Is that how you say his name? Nice. Okay, yeah. Hayes is saying horses times 2 with BV. That was 50 minutes ago, not quite an hour ago. So I'm guessing it's got to be. I mean, maybe it isn't, but I would think if you're getting it at the same time, it feels like. But then some people are saying Danny Odom. Welcome to Norman, Danny Odom. I don't know who it is. Looks like Creed was in the building this weekend too, though. I'll have to ask Big Bowe when he gets back. Anyway, it's not about one or the other, Robert. That's not what it is. What it is, man. It is what it is on that. Let's move on from the conversation. Oops. 2 makes it a good guess. I think that's got to be, if that's Jandro and his brother. Woo-hoo-hoo. You're gonna love that. Chavis does have a 7-year work gap between being a player and coaching. See, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, Grochi's tape looks legit. Hey, look, if it's him, that's badass too. That's badass too. I love it. But and then, if you're looking at Jake Kruel, that would it sounds like he was very impressed with OU. I think that was his last visit. So he was finishing up his visits. We should know something soon. Should know something soon about all these guys. And I think that that's the main thing that you're looking at, is that you should know something about all these guys pretty soon. It could definitely come together. Right now, you're looking at top 12 class overall, according to, I think that was 247. So let me look at the overall rankings at the moment. Let's see, team rankings. Well, yeah, they still have them at 22 according to On3. That's, of course, for their composite. But even at this point right now, I mean, it's still pretty early. That's with only 11 commits right now. A lot of these teams that are in the top 20, like UCLA and Illinois, I mean, they're well over 20 already. Penn State's got 20 already. Even like Clemson being at 7, they've got 19. 20 for Notre Dame, 30 for USC. But if you look at USC, their average rating on players is lower than almost everybody else. Texas A&M's right now at number 2, and they've got 19 recruits in. Texas is currently at 10th, and they've got 15. Actually, Texas's player average rating is below 90, which is surprising. But like UCLA being at 16, Washington at 17, Illinois at 19, SMU at 20, they're all 86, 87, somewhere in the 86s and 87s, where, OU is at 88.3. So it's not like you're too far under that. But even with Texas is 89.01, and it's kind of surprising. That tells you, though, what that's telling me right now is you had a bunch of guys right now, the earlier guys, the earlier commits. And mind you, most of these commitments are, Norman, what are you doing? Most of these commitments are definitely coming in right now because of once July 1 gets here, then the money that you can pay out is gonna change. They're not going to be able to front load a lot of these contracts like I think what they're trying to do at the moment. Real quick, I got to go over here and put this dog up for a second because he's starting to chew on everything. I think he was just trying to eat the damn studio. Let's go to a commercial from one of our sponsors. Are you tired of your game day gear looking like it's stuck in the offseason? Well, step up your fandom with Hall of Fame College Football's official Fanatics partner store. Whether you're a diehard Oklahoma Sooners fan like myself, bleeding crimson and cream, or you rep another one of the SEC's heavy hitters, Fanatics has you covered. Shop thousands of officially licensed hats, jerseys, sideline polos, and exclusive championship merch from the entire Power 4 and Group of 6 too, all shipped directly to your doorstep and fast. Want to gear up like your favorite coaches and players? Are you looking for that perfect tailgate tee or a statement piece for your man cave? Fanatics is your one-stop shop for authentic college football gear from everybody that plays the game. So do yourself and your team a favor. Click our link in the description or simply log on to hofmedia.us/fanatics. That's hofmedia.us/fanatics. And you can shop everything that you want for the best prices of the day right on our Fanatics partner page. Hey, Jason Watkins here with Hall of Fame College Football. And if you are ready to back your favorite team, the Sooners, and fade that Texas hype train every Saturday this fall, there's only one place to do it, MyBookie. Right now, you can double your first deposit up to $1,000 when you sign up at hofmedia.us/mybookie1000. That's hofmedia.us/mybookie1000. Yep, 100% deposit bonus, and it takes less than 5 minutes to get started. Whether you're betting college football, rolling the dice in the online casino, or dropping a 10-leg parlay on SEC Chaos, MyBookie has everything you need. Bet anytime, anywhere, on the go, at the tailgate, or yelling at the refs from your couch. Just don't talk trash. Put your money where your mouth is. Hit that link, hofmedia.us/mybookie1000, and get your deposit bonus today. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie and Hall of Fame college football. The Oklahoma Champ U BBQ appears to have been... Oh, hit the wrong button. Freaking Normie, man. He's over here trying to eat everything in the studio, including the damn studio itself. My bad. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I came back in and was putting the intro back in there.
Yeah, man, and I'm like, wait a minute. I already saw this. Like, what's going on?
Hey, I put the commercials up because Norman's over here trying to eat everything in the studio. So I threw up the commercials so I could go, corral his ass and put him in the cage for a minute. Freaking, he's mischievous, man. This dog is crazy. He's wild, wild, wild. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we're not going to get into all that. Talking about Sperry's going to go back to the transfer portal. See, hey, did you see this? Chavis does have a 7-year work gap between playing and coaching. So I'm telling you, bro, he was wrestling. He was wrestling. I know I heard it.
What do you mean, like from college? Because I know he had a time where he was with some NFL teams.
Yeah. But I don't think he lasted very long in the NFL, though. I don't think he lasted a ton of time in the NFL. No. I think he got hurt. So it was not that wrestling doesn't get you hurt too, because that can be a pretty short-lived deal. Let's see. Yeah. Look, there's the fallacy of the rankings. Absolutely. And that's what I was kind of talking about, is that a lot of these, you start looking at what is the average player rating and all that stuff. And again, I would tell you that I don't trust the rankings anyways. I think that they miss kids all the time. I know they miss kids all the time. How do you, and it's like what I was, and the point I was making about like Nick Saban, and it wasn't that I was dissing the rankings on that part of it. It's that they're going to give Nick Saban the benefit of the doubt. And he talked about that when he was on the Pivot podcast, that he learned everything about identifying players, and the players that they wanted in their program was the same way that Bill Belichick always did it, which is why it wouldn't surprise me if North Carolina made some noise immediately in the ACC, because they're going to go get guys that fit their system, that fit the way they do things. And it's going to be guys of a certain size, twitch, all that kind of stuff. They're looking for a body type, a personnel type. And I think that's what you're going to see from Jim Nagy too. So if you don't see recruiting rankings that are, in the top 10 necessarily, or if they're at the lower end of the top 10, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not getting good guys. It could mean that they look, Brian Harris looks like he's that guy to me. He's got this perfect amount he's 6'5", already close to 300 pounds. That's a big time player. You know what I mean? For a defensive lineman. And he was ranked as a 3-star. I don't know that that's where he remains ranked, but that's where he's ranked at the moment. That tells you something. They're giving Sark that benefit now. They definitely give Sark that benefit, particularly when it comes to offensive guys. It's not like he doesn't know what he's looking at. When it comes to offensive guys, I would give Sark the benefit of the doubt there too. I would. He helped recruit guys like Reggie Bush. You know what I mean? Lindell White. And then, the guys there at Alabama that he was coaching up, dude, they were legit. The receiving core was legit. So Bill Belichick about to steal checks and set his son up with a head coaching job. Well, they got to win, but yeah, I think that's his whole intention is to set up his son with that head coaching job. I think that's his whole intention. But of course, they're going to have to win to do that. I think it was a smart move on his part, though, to go to a college program to do that, though, too, and to do it in the ACC because he didn't. It would have been a different story to try to do it in the SEC. Although there's a couple of programs I could see hiring him. Yeah, Nelio. I don't know. It doesn't sound like it sounds like she's persona non grata at UNC right now there, Nelio. The overpaid for the kid to flip from us. Bo Davis, a good developer, but man, his takes, LSU is going through it now. I don't know. It makes me feel like people were sleeping on Bo Davis as to what they were. I mean, you had 2 D linemen in last year's draft that were 3-star guys. And, they go in first and second round. Murphy and Sweat. I don't get it. They were all recruited by Oscar Giles, huh? Oh, no. I don't know about all that. I think she was banned from the facilities. That's what I was saying. I've heard some wild shit about this broad, man. It's it's out there. It's out there. But that's his own fault for messing around with girls that are in their 20s when he's as old as he is, too. The hell's he doing? What could you possibly have in common?
Did you see the picture with Belichick, his girlfriend, and the girlfriend's dad?
No. Oh, I got to see this. Is it on Twitter or what? Huh?
Yeah, it's out there. Yeah.
What's his girlfriend, Jordan, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's crazy. It's really crazy to me.
Okay. When was this out?
I think I seen it this weekend.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, it's like a picture of Belichick. At least they said it was her dad. I don't know if it's true or not, but you gotta be careful, especially on Twitter.
I'm not going to put it up.
You see it, right? It's crazy.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking. I keep seeing this chick from Michigan that is, there's her. There's the 2 of them. No, that was on Barstool. I'm not seeing it. Come on, man. Let's see on latest. Wild.
Dude, okay.
Is her dad like Kraft or what?
No, he looks young, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He looks older?
No, he looks younger. Belichick's by far the oldest dude in the picture. It's crazy. Like I said, I don't know if it's real. I haven't
found it, bro. I've looked through 2 different. All right, let me Google it, maybe. We're going down a rabbit hole, folks.
Yep, that's what I do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Twitter because I was scrolling through and I was like, "That's wild." I should have bookmarked it.
Oh yeah, that's
my fault.
I see a picture of her with her dad and then Belichick. Definitely Belichick is the older.
Yeah, that's probably the one.
Yeah, it's like a circle picture of them 2 and then him. Is that the one you're talking about? TMZ picture? Here, let me just say
Probably.
Screw it. Let's put it in. Let's pop it up. Let's pop
it. Quick, just bing, bing.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
You're already banned. You're already shadow banned, bro.
Oh, what's the difference?
It's on Twitter. How can you get in trouble for showing something that's on Twitter?
That's from TMZ.
No. Yeah, that's not the one, but yeah, that's the guy.
I mean, yeah, she likes older dudes, no doubt. She likes older dudes for sure. Yeah. Go figure. Banned from the facilities. Is he listed on the
Hey,
OU
come on,
depth
say that
chart?
shit wasn't true.
Huh?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
after
unless
meeting
something
him,
happened
she
within the
amassed an
last.
$8 million real estate portfolio. Yeah. Heath Hudson is his, yeah, Big Simp's already all over it. I know what he has in common. I know what. Unc, my man. Second on the depth chart. Second on the depth. Is that right? He's second on the depth chart?
Yeah.
That's what I
Yep.
that's what I saw last, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same with and I think that him and Reggie, and we had Reg on week. I think it was the week you went to the wedding on that Friday. We had Big Reg on. Yeah. He said they're all
man.
We were just talking about, and I loved hearing what he had to say about this offensive material and stuff like that, because there's been a lot of there's a lot of people talking stupid shit about material and all this stuff, but he said basically it was like, well, the way that Reggie was talking about it, and I was going to ask you about it, what his Mike said, is like, that you have to be on your shit when you show up every day, because if you don't, you're going to get one thrown over the top of your head, or he's going to get you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's there's a lot of competition between them. They have a lot of respect for him, it appears. And it's not like they're getting him all the time. It's not like he's getting them all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
What have they said about what's being said about Ott, though?
Hold on 1 second. I gotta do something.
Oh, damn it. Right as I asked you a question. She likes the bag, man. Older dudes. I'm like, hey, listen, I mean, that definitely, that checks out there, Unc. That checks out. Yeah, listen. Hey, I don't want to go too far down this hole. I've said some things in the past that I would, I know some people that are like that as well. I can't blame them. I can't blame the women for doing that. If you're dumb enough to allow it as a man, it's your problem. You get the feeling that he won't be the last one? Well, they're still together. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, he'll definitely die before her. Dude, I ain't even right.
All right, my bad.
You only wish. Benji, you just say the word. You say the things other people think, but it's like, you're still married, bro. You got to stop saying these things out loud.
Let me tell you something. Keep your 8 million. Like, I'm not like, listen, man. Like, it's so awkward. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
it's weird.
This shit is weird, dude.
It is weird.
Like, if you gotta.
It would wear me right out. I've got a daughter. Let me tell you, I got a daughter that, and it would
Dude,
wear
save yourself
fuck
8
out.
million and go like to Thailand or the Philippines.
Right. Why are we going down this? Why are we going down this rabbit hole?
I'm trying to get it back.
I'm just fucking with you, Benji, but you just say it. You just say it. It makes me laugh that you say what it is.
Talking about Jay Knott?
I was asking you about Jay Knott. Yes. What have you heard? What have you heard?
I'm not gonna lie, I ain't heard much. I mean, he hasn't really practiced like that. You know what I mean?
He didn't. Well, he went here for the spring, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just. I mean, he looks like $1 million. You know what I mean? Yep. He looks like
he played through the injury most of the season last year. I mean, he was playing through that injury most of the season. He had a huge game against Miami, but Miami's defense was shitty though. But aside from that, I mean, the year before was fantastic, and they had one of the worst passing offenses in the country. Sorry, Benji, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. My bad. But you kind of do it to yourself. What do you?
Play the victim here, Benji.
Yeah, I was going to say, you put the shit up on the screen yourself. What do you want me to do? I'm going to react to it. For better or worse.
Yeah.
Let's see. Older dudes with money. That's some funny shit. She likes the bag, man. Do I have new merch? Yes. Hey, Moosehead, that's been there. That's been there. That was there the last time you asked about it, which was months ago, by the way. I put that in there. It's already there. But there is another new merch item that you'll love. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up. Man, way to go. Way to go. I love it. The newest. Uh-oh.
That guy Siakam, New Mexico State great.
Yeah, he's a stud.
They're saying that Siakam is a curse because Siakam played in all the games that Kevin Durant tore his Achilles, the game Kevin Durant tore his Achilles, Damian Lillard, and Klay Thompson tore his ACL, and then obviously last night with Halliburton.
Yeah. Something's wrong with the website or something. It's not letting me get to it. Let me go back to the. I'll go. Let me get the. I'm glad y'all brought this up because something's up.
Yeah,
I've had it paid up for like 2 years, so
see,
it's
I'm
not.
telling you, bro.
Let's see.
Shadow ban, bro. Now they're coming after your merch.
They can't come after my website. Are you freaking crazy? That can't happen.
Bro, they can definitely attack your website.
YouTube? Why? Why can that happen?
Anybody,
What are
bro.
you talking about?
Anybody can come. I don't like Jason Watkins. I'm gonna feed his website some malware, some viruses.
All right, so I'm gonna put the link in the. I'm gonna put the fourth wall link because it's an entirely different deal. But it should be good there. So you can go check that out. My official commercial. Well, it was segued into the commercial. I just ran that, man, so I can't do it again. Real quick, though, let me look at this. So let's go to the live site. Dude, I really need to work on this a little bit.
Yeah, and that number 0. You're right. Yes, I saw that too.
What's up?
Big booty twerking malware. Yeah. Too much you porn.
Oh no,
Jason.
bro. No. That ain't what it is. That ain't what it is. Y'all could kiss. Both of y'all could kiss my ass. That's both y'all can do. Here's the newest design. Horns down doesn't bother Texas. Supposedly it doesn't, except on Twitter. You know, they freaked the fuck out. But here it is. What do you think about that?
I mean, other than the fact it's got some Texas orange in there.
Flipped over?
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother Texas. It's mostly just dragging them just because of all the bullshit that they say all the time.
It doesn't bother Texas for sure.
Not at all. Sure it doesn't. Sure it doesn't. It never bothers them. Although all throughout Twitter, almost every day, there's somebody bitching about it. Every day.
Yeah. Got a new crystal ball.
Yeah, I saw it. It was
Cast,
×2. Did you see that? It was the ×2, or who you got? What do you got?
Yeah. Davian Gross. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what we got here? Let me see. They're saying Danny Odom's going to Nebraska. The fuck?
Yep. That's what I heard.
That's what I'm hearing too. That's what they're saying at Husker.
Who's there? Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that too.
Mm-hmm. Future cast for Davian Groch. Is it Gross or Groche? How do you say his name?
Gross.
It's Gross. Okay.
Yeah.
He's a stud, bro.
Roche? What is he, like European?
Hell, I don't know. Hey, listen. I know I don't want to say it wrong, so it is what it is.
Hilarious.
Tis what it is.
Roche.
Groche.
French.
Groche.
That's hilarious.
I asked the question, how do you say his name? I want to make sure I get it right.
But I'm saying that shit's funny.
All right. Well, that's cool. So there's a second one, according to Hayes Fawcett. There's a second one. Or it says ×2. So I was thinking if he was saying ×2, that could be the Jandreau twins, right?
Yeah, well, I think he's one of them.
You think he's one of them? Okay. So who would be the other one according for you? Who do you think the other one is?
Probably the other Jandreau.
Well, somebody in the who was saying it just a second ago in the prices are reasonable. Thanks. Appreciate it.
I love it. We're still looking up Chavis information on wrestling. I love it.
Chavis spent 2 years in the NFL, 1 year in the UFL. That gives him 4 years where he could have been wrestling. Thank you, Sooner in Texas, my man. Yeah, he's bound and determined.
So I do know that at one point, like Chavis was going to be a preacher. I do know that. I do know he spent some time doing that stuff. But I mean, like, we're talking about college football player, NFL, some UFL, and seminaries, preaching type stuff, and professional wrestling to college football. I mean, come on, that is an amazing path. Yeah. If that's true. Hilarious.
Fair enough.
Not too many people out there. Not too many people out there like old Miguel Chavis.
No, there's not. He's the man, dude. I love that guy.
He makes me laugh, bro. He is a funny guy.
Yeah, he is, man. Hey, bro, that's exactly how it is, Moosehead. It's just like that on the Texas Fears Oklahoma hat. I'll pop it up for you.
I like the Eberhard kid.
Yeah?
No, his brother. His brother Bowe. That's what I'm talking about, Topher. I think that's the other one with the Hayes Fawcett ×2.
Here you go, Moosehead. Here's the link for that hat. The direct link to that hat. Okay. Eberhard might pop too. Yep. Who was just saying though that somebody was just saying that Overton is going to Okie Light, or that he got.
I don't know. I heard Oklahoma's probably not getting him.
Really? Why would you go to Okie Light instead?
I don't know about Okie Light. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
that's who the crystal ball was for.
Oh, really?
According to who said that a minute ago?
Is that Sooner Texas or not Sooner Texas? But was that Covered Wagons that posted that?
I don't know.
Because I was just on his page and I didn't see anything about that.
Let me see. Somebody had it up here. I'm not seeing it again. You know what I heard? Yeah. Topher said it. Yep. Taj Overton got a future cast to Oklahoma State.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That would track. That would track.
Well, I guess it does. That makes no sense to me, but whatever.
I mean, listen, man, like you have to realize that
the depth is real. Right?
Is about money now for most of these kids, right? It is about what can I make that first year.
True.
What can I make?
Well, and that's true. That's the thing, is when you're loaded like Oklahoma is on the D line, you're not going to get the money that those guys got. Nobody's going to get that money unless you're getting like the number one guy. And he's not the number one guy. So, I mean, he's a stud, but I would tell you, though, let's understand that I'm going to continue to tell you folks that the whole Deloitte thing is not going to last. The first time they shut down an NIL deal for one of these players, it's going to go right back to court. And if they hold true to it, I guarantee if somehow they're able to hold true to it even with the courts or whatever, the players will just simply split. Why would you stay and have them be able to just do whatever they want unilaterally without you having any say in it? You can't let them put the toothpaste back in the tube. You can't do it. Oh, you might have flown over to the spot.
Let's talk about.
Okay.
So we're not even going to talk about Wisconsin suing Miami.
Let's talk about it. There's nothing they can get on that deal. Nothing they can get on that deal. But what are they going to do? What are they going to possibly do? And you can't prove tampering. You can't prove tampering just because he showed up and went to Miami.
So do you think that they would start a lawsuit in a case if they couldn't prove that they were tampering?
Why not?
Dude, because you wouldn't win. I think
a lot of times lawsuits get started hoping that they get a freaking settlement out of it. They just want money.
So you think that's what you think it's about money?
I think it has something to do with money. Sure. What else? I mean, he wasn't a superstar.
So that's the thing is like, is it for financial, or could like the NCAA, if they got found guilty, could the NCAA come in and say, okay, we're going to hit you with some like Jim Harbaugh, Michigan type sanctions, right? Is that an aspect of it?
I don't think so. Can that happen? Not from what I could tell. That's not. Look, everything that I've seen about this whole deal. Let me find it here, but they don't have hardly anything on it. I don't understand what they're thinking. I don't understand what their thinking is.
Yeah.
Because so the first thing I'm seeing like on 3, Xavier Lucas's attorney denies Miami meeting alleged in the Wisconsin lawsuit. The University of Wisconsin and its collective filed a suit Friday against Miami alleging torturous interference. While not mentioned in the suit, instead cited as student athlete A, the complaint centers around Lucas, who left Wisconsin for Miami this winter. Lucas never actually entered the transfer portal. A standout freshman quarterback in 2024 for the Badgers. He posted 18 tackles and an interception in 7 games. I mean, he's not a superstar, though. Lucas withdrew from classes at Wisconsin and enrolled in Miami in January, circumventing the transfer portal. That was after they told him he couldn't leave.
That's misleading, though. He never entered the transfer portal because he didn't have to.
Right.
But see what I'm saying? He never
no doubt. That's the whole point.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Like that's not even. Oh yeah, but the spin, like that's some Jason Watkins type wordage and spin right there.
What the fuck are you throwing it on me for like that? What the hell?
That's the shit I'm talking about. The verbiage, that reporter lingo. You know what I mean?
That is not me. What are you
bro?
Shut up.
Listen, man. Listen. Plenty of evidence on this videos.
Well, we just lost Big Bowe. Shit. Somehow we just lost Big Bowe. I don't know what happened there.
Uh-huh. See, that's what I'm talking about. See what happens? See?
Nah. You gonna let me finish this? Yeah, all right.
But that's
Wisconsin is alleging that a Miami staff member and alum met Lucas and his family at a relative's home in Florida after the defensive back signed a 2-year revenue sharing deal with Wisconsin. That included a compensation commitment from Miami that was more lucrative. Miami representatives communicated with student athlete A and his family members during an in-person visit from a Miami coach and a prominent Miami alum to the Florida home of the relative. But the information related to the in-home visit was communicated by a relative of the student athlete on December 18th. So they're saying that one of his relatives told on him. Yeah, they're saying it's false. I mean, that's just what they're saying. And that's all to me, that sounds like a bunch of bullshit. But I don't know how do you prove it though? How do you prove it? I mean, you got video, you got a recording. How do you prove it? These are the type of tampering allegations that are
There's gotta
typically
be like
found.
correspondence.
Huh? These are I'm just reading what there's a lawyer said these are the type of tampering allegations that are typically fought behind closed doors at the professional sports level based on the league's collective bargaining agreement. Here, in the absence of any type of similar mechanism at the collegiate level, this dispute is going to be fought in open court for the world to see the complex interplay of forces in and around the portal. This is truly an unprecedented case and one that commands the attention of the entire sports world. You know what it does? It tells you that you need to if you know what you guys that are talking about, we got to have some damn guardrails in place. You're right, we do. But you know what those guardrails have got to include? The kids, the players. They have got to have some say in some of this shit. And the only way that any of this shit is going to stop, that's why I keep telling you guys, the only way that you're going to have real and lasting change whatsoever in college sports is if you let the athletes have their say in it as well. They have to be involved when you're shaping the sport now. Because the only thing that the NCAA and these universities know is to cheat. That's all they know. They've never done it the right way. For decades and decades and decades, they've never done it the right way. So it is what it is. You can talk about the wild, wild west.
It's like when you talk about accountability, like you have to punish people that do this, right? Like
Okay.
this doesn't matter if like it's like, oh yeah, well, we can't prove it. Like, no, motherfucker, you gotta prove that shit and
Yeah,
make an
I agree.
example out of somebody so that like the deterrent
But you see
of
what
this
I'm
type of
talking about, though.
tampering and stuff is like, yeah, it's not worth it.
But this is what they're
But they're
doing is they're
never
pushing everything underground. You're going to continue to see these things with this Deloitte deal because this doesn't. All of a sudden you throw NIL at the situation. If you're the NCAA and you throw NIL on a situation where the Supreme Court is telling you we're about to nail your ass to a wall for the way that you do these players. I'm about to nail your ass to a wall. So they throw a blanket NIL deal over the whole thing. And then, now they bitch about it's not working correctly in their favor. They hate it that it's not working for the universities. Well, guess what? You guys are the ones that did this shit. And you're still trying to do it again. You're trying to just retake control, complete control, and not give the athletes any say so whatsoever in what they're able to do. You didn't have a contract with the kid. You did not have a contract with the kid. They have yet to prove that they had an actual contract with this kid from Wisconsin. He went to Wisconsin. Whoopty shit. Exactly, Steele. Perfect. How can they break rules when there aren't any? What are you smiling about, motherfucker?
All right. Listen, I just got a response. Never wrestled.
What? Are you sure? What'd he say? He just said, I never wrestled.
Yep.
Okay, well, you heard it here first. He never wrestled.
I wanted it to be true so bad.
So did I.
Damn it. Damn it.
So did I. Come on, Miguel. You're going to tell me you never wrestled? You would have been a perfect wrestler. Come on, coach.
Dude, it would have been amazing.
I would have swore. I'm telling you, I heard that somewhere, though. Maybe I had it. Maybe it was a dream because he is a perfect wrestler. Maybe I was dreaming about wrestling back then. If you smell what Miguel is cooking.
Yeah.
That's so bad. All right. Are we going to go back to this conversation or not?
I mean, I'm ready to quit. I'm done. Like, that's just so.
The thing is you've brought this up in a bunch in the past too. You've got a son that's playing now, and you most likely have another son or two that will be there in the future.
I could have not predicted. I couldn't have predicted that I would have got a response on the podcast. I would just totally take the wind out of my sails.
Yeah.
And because Jay wasn't a wrestler, like that was out of my control.
Did you tell him that?
Okay?
Wow, that
was
suffering
out of my control.
Now. Wow, that sucks. I'm sorry, Bowe.
No, I didn't.
Did you tell? You got to tell him it just took the wind out of my sails. What's the matter with you? Tell him. Let him know. Get it off your chest.
I just told him I wanted it to be true.
So I swore that was right, man. On the Twitter, you never know what you're going to see on Twitter, so maybe that was where it was at. What's to say? You could always be wrong. I think we're losing Bowe over it. It's so messed up. You all right there? You gonna make it? Got one of the kids?
Yeah, we got to get this lawn mowed. About some big storms coming in next couple of days, so I get out there.
You're cracking the whip.
Get this lawn mowed.
Oh, now see, it did. We just lost him over it was all over Miguel Chavis. Now he wants to go to work instead. Instead of talking ball, he wants to go work. See what y'all did?
I'm not mowing shit. I am mowing shit. Believe that. I am mowing shit.
That's why I got
go out there and do a
boys.
little weed and blow some of that grass off the thing. But shit, I got kids around here that ain't in school.
There you go. And there you go. How big a yard is it?
That'd take you 45 minutes to an hour, front and back.
Push mower. You got you putting them to work, or is it a drive?
Yeah, man. Dude, not big, and I ain't got a big. That shit like that is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Is like people with regular side yards and mowers and riders.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Big
like
$4,000 snapper.
You can't even
whatever.
mow it correctly.
Yeah.
You can't, like, you're like trying to like reverse and like make. Come on, man. Your yard is not that big, homie. You need the exercise too.
No doubt. No doubt. I feel you. Word is that Overton tore his shoulder pretty good. Nagy's not liking it. You see that? That could be right.
Oh.
If that's the case, you probably would back off of it a little bit, especially if there's money involved and he wants a big chunk of cash. Let Okie Light have him. Yeah. That's it.
Okie Light.
Neilio said, "Come down to the Lake of the Ozarks and mow my shit."
Here's the thing. Yeah, fuck. It sounds like you can afford to pay somebody to mow your shit if you're living down in the Ozarks, homie.
Yeah, Neilio's the man.
Hey, here's what you have to realize too, right? With football, right? In college football these days. First of all, you don't need to get a kid right away out of college, right? Especially if he has a shoulder issue, right? Let him go to Okie Light, get him rehabbed a year or two, and then get him, and then bring him in once he's good to go, and you've been developed and put on some muscle and got better, bigger, stronger. Then you bring him over.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. When there's an injury and stuff like that, I can understand that 100%. Mm-hmm. It's the same. I mean, look, we keep talking about going to an NFL model. Then if you're going to an NFL model, you have to treat them like NFL players too. You wouldn't do it. You just wouldn't do it. That's why they have to go get a physical before they can, sign contracts and shit and trades and, free agency or whatever. Same shit. It's what it is.
Yeah, a lot of money. Lots of money.
Indeed, he do.
Lots and lots of money.
Lots and lots of money.
The Ozarks, huh?
Lake O the Ozarks. Lake O the Ozarks. Speaking of Neilio, super chat to Venmo. Appreciate that. It says, good morning. Good Monday morning, sir. I've missed a few over the last few weeks. He gives one just about every show. Thank you, as always, Neilio, for helping support the program. That is a great way to help us. I'll make sure that I've got that stuff in there. Chat, Cash App, Venmo, whichever way you want to do it. Or you can do it right here on the stream by clicking the little dollar sign down there below the chat. But it's a great way to help us out. Great way to keep supporting the content that we're putting out from day to day, week to week. He just kind of does whatever he wants these days. You see this, guys? See this shit that I have to deal with Boganowski? He's becoming a big star. You realize that? He's becoming a big star and acting like a big star too at the same time. So wild. So wild. Yeah, I'm not saying that either. I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying if that were the case, you could understand that. If that were the case. And I hope it's not the case, by the way. He looks like a stud to me. I haven't seen anything about it, but would it surprise you? No. That's the point I'm making. It wouldn't surprise you because you have to be careful, and somebody like Nagy is definitely going to pay attention to shit like that. Thank you, sir. Big Mike Diva. Yeah, that's what he is. Yep. Save that one. Make sure that we throw that one up there. Just, up and walk off. Don't even say nothing to anybody. Wild. Just wild. I'll leave that up on the screen for a minute until he gets back. If he comes back. Let's see. Yeah, big star Mike, just up and leaves, don't say shit,
Listen, man, important shit happening. My bad.
Yeah, it's just Neilio even said it.
Important
You're a
shit.
diva. You're a diva. He's just a big star here.
I'm
Big star.
not a diva. I just had to take a call. I'm probably
what?
farthest from a diva. That's not really. I'm pretty much a do it
I
on my own
disagree.
type of guy.
Okay. It's Neilio disagrees. I disagree too. It is.
I mean, he's okay. He's entitled to his opinion.
Okay, cool. That'll work. You know what? I want to go back to what Rob said though here too.
Listen, you can't.
Rob said, introduce the Wild Wild West, you get Wild West results. Correct when it comes to this stuff. Moosehead, my man, I'm glad you bought it. Good stuff. It's there. Good stuff. Appreciate it. Make sure you jump over there. I'm going to put that back in there too because I'm going to have to figure out what's going on. It's not showing that there's anything wrong with it on the website where I, build the website. It's not saying anything. So I'm not sure what's going on. But it wasn't letting me go to it a minute ago. It says it's up. Weird. Yeah, it's still not working. Something's up with the website, but make sure you can go to Fourth Wall. The home screen obviously is. I put it in there. I should have pinned it earlier. I'll do that later. I'll make sure that it's up, and we'll figure out why it's not working right now. But we got to have a big boxing show with the Canelo versus Bud fight, dude. I agree on this one,
dude.
Bud's gonna break him apart.
I can't. There's no way I'd be able. I would not you would get nothing out of me, right? You would get nothing out of me in that because I would be completely
You'd
locked
see
in.
me acting a fool, yeah.
And all you would see is me looking at the TV like this. It would be fucking pointless. And a lot of swear words and
so what's your prediction? I think Bud's gonna. I think he's gonna tear Canelo's ass apart.
Listen, man, I just retweeted some shit from my guy Tim Bradley, right? Yep. If Canelo couldn't knock out the Charlo twin, Like, what do you think? You think he's gonna knock Bud out? Bud's gonna actually throw back. Like the Charlo dude just was in there surviving, right? Listen,
And it ain't this. It's not even
better.
the same. It's not even the same kind of fight. It ain't there. It's dude.
Listen,
Bud is. You're not going to hit him like
Canelo
like.
better.
Go ahead.
No, he's not going to hit. But Canelo's going to get hit, right? Because he's a telegrapher and he's a power shot dude, right? And Bud's going to hit him with he's going to get that down, get that timing down, and he's going to catch him with 2 or 3 shots before he gets off one.
This will tell you what he learned for sure. If he learned anything from, I think that Canelo, when he fought Mayweather and he got masterclassed against Mayweather, Mayweather didn't knock him out or anything, but he pieced him up all day, right? He was young. That was his first real big time fight, but he got it 10 times better after that, right? But I think that Bud's different than that, even in that he can also knock you the fuck out. And I don't see that really being a good matchup for Canelo at all. Listen, at all. I don't think it's a good matchup for him.
People do not realize. No, not at all. Do you think Bud Crawford's taking that fight if he already doesn't know he can't beat him? He's already studied him. He's already watched it. He already knows what it is.
Well, it took forever for them to agree to it. It took forever for Canelo to have the fight. Yeah, Bud's going to piece him up. He's going to wear his ass out. He's going to wear his ass.
Dude, listen, man. Listen, like people don't realize how strong Terrence is, right? Terrence Crawford's got power in both hands,
bro. He's
like this last fight
what he did to Errol Spence. He busted Errol Spence's ass up. He looked like He looked like freaking hot Cheetos at the end of that fucking game. At the end of that fight, huh?
Bro, there's people that still owe me money from that ass whooping.
Ass whipping.
When I see him, you better give me my money. When I see you, you give me my money.
It's on site, baby.
You know who you are.
Any chance, Big Bowe, you could get one of the coaches on the show? We might be able to. We'll work on it a little bit. I don't know that they will. I don't think that they love podcasts at all. First and foremost, I've never seen them on a show.
They got time for that.
None of them.
They got time. Unless you're Josh Pate.
The only one I've seen, Josh Pate, but it's only it's only been with BV though. None of those guys have been on any of them. He was on with Pate, and then BV was on with Pate, and he was on with that kid that had he had RJ, DG and RJ. He did one with RJ.
I've seen him with
yeah, one with RJ, but then what's that guy, Adam Brenneman? He did one with Brenneman too.
Yeah.
The fight isn't important?
Yeah,
You don't like boxing there, Crow?
Oh, come on, man.
I think it's a big time fight. I think it's a big time fight. I don't think that it's going to be. I don't think that it's going to live up to what people think. I think that Bud's going to whip the shit out of him. I just don't think it's going to be a great fight.
Dude, the worst thing that happened was during football season. That was the worst thing that happened, man.
That it being during football season?
Dude, let me tell you something.
It'll be at the end of the damn day.
Dude, it's in Vegas, homie. How am I supposed to go?
Oh, that's true.
How am I supposed to go? Right?
When is it? What is the date on it again? What is the date on it?
13th. It's the temple. It's the temple weekend.
October? September 13th.
September. The temple.
Oh yeah, you can't get from Philly to Vegas.
I've already did it, dude. I've already did it. All right, stop it. All right, I've already done it.
I'll go for you. I'll go for you, bro. I'll go for you.
Fuck, dude. Hey, let me tell you something. You better come out you better start saving your money. Shit.
Man, you realize I lived in Vegas for almost 15 years. And my son's still there, and I've lived in Vegas. I lived in Vegas for 15 years. You think I ain't?
Dude, I'm talking about ticket prices. I'm talking about
I ain't paying that price. I'm telling you, I wouldn't do that. But I've got connections with Mayweather and those guys. We used to do a lot of work for Floyd. I wouldn't be able to get a ticket though. He wouldn't hook it up like that. It's tough. That price will be way up there because every Mexican in that part of the country will be there, bro. They love Canelo, man. on another, I remember
Oh,
how
I
they used to
know.
be
I
with
know.
Julio Cesar Chavez, man. And it's times 2 with this guy, with Canelo. They believe. But even not going to it, you know what would be
Well,
cool to
here's
go
what you
to is
got to
the
realize
weigh-in. The
too.
weigh-in would be badass to go to, though. Although, but you have to pay for that nowadays.
You watched the last press conference? Did
Oh,
you
no.
watch the last press conference?
What happened?
Got a little dicey.
Did it? I
Got a
love
little
it.
dicey. Canelo want to push and start shoving.
Yeah, well, you got to do
Bud
that
was trying to
shit.
be nice. Bud was trying to be respectful. The first one went great.
Canelo
Now you
has
want
to
to
try to
the last
freaking
thing you want to do is
He's got to do that, though. That's the only. He's got to try to get it into Bud's head that he's tough. That it. He would never do that, but you would have never seen him do that or hear him do that before, though. That's wild. It's wild. That tells you that he's
Yeah.
concerned. That tells you that Canelo is very concerned. And he's gonna beat the shit out of him. I agree, T-Boomers. I don't see a way Canelo wins this thing unless Bud falls out of his chair and off the ring onto his head. There's just no way. Like on accident. I'm just saying when he slips off the damn stairs or some shit. That's his only shot.
Yep.
Gonna have to pull
Bud
a Nancy Kerrigan on his ass
talented,
or something.
right?
Go get a Nancy Kerrigan, Jeff Gillooly thing going on.
Yeah, Dana White's the one that split it up. Dana White is the one that
he's the best there is, man. He's the one that can make fights like this go down. He's the one that makes fights like this happen.
Turkish Ali. Turkey, man. $5 million KO bonus.
Nice. $5 million KO bonus. They're going to be getting. That's got to be a huge payday either way.
Canelo's making $250. Canelo's making $250. Bud's making $100.
Well, that's why Canelo's going to take that ass whipping because he's going to get.
Here's what's going to happen. Bud's going to whoop his ass.
They'll get a rematch.
And then
auto rematch clause.
Bud's yep. Oh yeah. And then it's going to be Bud's going to be the A side and Canelo's going to be the B side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Canelo's champ. Well, they're both champs, but there'll be an auto rematch. Yeah, there will be.
Canelo's going to be the A side, right? Canelo's going to be the A side. He's got the bargaining chip, right? He's got the
fan backing. Absolutely.
Yep.
So we were just talking about. I mean, he's got the fan backing, no doubt.
Oh, dude, don't sleep on Omaha, Nebraska now.
I'm just saying that, hey, man, he's got a whole country behind him down there. That's what I'm saying. The Mexicans come and watch these fights in Vegas, especially. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, Bud is probably be the face of boxing right now.
Yeah.
So the amount of Terrence Crawford fans and haters that are out there is like, it's about the same because he's good.
He's unreal. He's unreal.
People that are still mad he whooped Spence up like that.
Yeah. I like Errol Spence. I didn't think he was going to beat Bud, but I like Errol Spence.
Yeah. Errol Spence was fucking smelling himself a little too much.
A bit.
Wasn't doing what he needed to do. Wasn't eating right.
Well, and he had that bad car accident. Should have killed him probably.
Yeah, because he wasn't living right.
Yeah, exactly.
He wasn't living right.
Thunder up, baby. Thunder up, baby. We hadn't really brought this up. Congrats to the Thunder. OKC wins in 7 games. Sucks that you had to see the best player from the Pacers go down like he did early in that game. That sucks, but congratulations to the Thunder. What a season. I mean, it's an all-time great season, really. The amount of wins that they had,
SGA had all-time great. SGA had an all-time great season too.
SGA was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Congrats to those guys. What a way. It's a great thing for Oklahoma City. And I tell you, I love seeing what Oklahoma said about it is, inspiring that kind of stuff. Championship culture in cities, it gets infectious in areas. You think about that. You've got a lot of these cities that they start winning one, and then the next thing you know, another one of their teams is really good. it infects the entire place. So Oklahoma's always been huge for Oklahoma, for OU. You know, the OU women have definitely infected the area, but I mean, OKC has been on the precipice and really, really good a lot for the last 10, 12 years. You know, this team that they put together, though, I'd have to agree with. I was talking to a friend of mine, and even guys like Kendrick Perkins, and he's not a big time love on anybody kind of guy, and he's even said though that this team is much better than the KD, Westbrook, Harden team that he was on, and that's insanity to think of. But if you think about what they've done and that they play the way that they play, I don't disagree. I cannot disagree. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. The series was unbelievable. And shout out to Indiana for making it a series like they did. You know, they're so well coached.
Indiana's good basketball. Man, I like the way they play, dude. They're a good team.
I do too.
They're a good team. They'll be right back in it next year.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I think
Tatum. I won't say that because they'll have Hallie out. Hallie will miss a year. Tatum's missing the year. Lillard's missing the year. A lot of stars in the East missing.
Yeah. Well, and like Lillard, I mean, the thing is it sounds like Giannis is going to be a Knick. That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah.
So Giannis,
I don't like that, dude.
That's going to suck for. You don't like it?
No, I don't like that because Giannis is a very ball
will they be able to
player.
keep Cat and Giannis at the same time? I don't see that.
No, it's not even about Cat. It's not even about Cat. It's about Giannis needing to have the ball, being ball dominant, and Jalen Brunson, the same type of player. They need the ball in their hand. And I just don't like it. Cat, I ain't worried about Cat. Cat will stand out there and shoot threes.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, I was going to say, I think that they could probably coexist because they're different players. But I don't know, man. You know how basketball players are, dude. They don't, unless they decide on it, and if it's them that does the decision making. I don't know. Did they get rid of the coach though there too with the Knicks?
Yeah, they fired him, and they can't find everybody they try to talk to has gotten denied. They're like, nope, can't talk to my man down in Houston. Every coach they tried to hire.
Why the fuck would you? I'm telling you now, I would have. Why would you, if you're a coach coaching somewhere else right now and successful, why would you go to the Knicks when he had them in the Eastern Finals and they fired his ass? That's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Old Tibbs, old Thibodeau.
Thibodeau is rough on players, though. Tibbs is rough on those dudes. That KD team would have beaten his Pacers in 5 games max. Difference is that this year's Thunder didn't go through the prime. LBJ and Wade. Whatever, bro. I don't know about all that. I think they're going to be fine. I think that, I don't know, man. I'm telling you now, they've got some stuff. KD is definitely a different deal. Westbrook is a different deal. And you can say that about the thing about Harden, though. That was never, they definitely did not play together the way that these guys play together, for sure. All about the rest of the team. You know what I mean? It's like there was a lot of egos. That's what I was just talking about with the rest of it. There's a lot of egos in basketball, and a lot of these guys cannot coexist with each other. There's not enough basketballs on the floor. It just doesn't always work out that way. Nobody wants to work for James Dolan either. That's part of it. Absolutely part of it. Absolutely part of it.
Dude.
Bishop Frank, what's up, Bishop Frank?
Bishop Frank in the building.
Are you in a mood this morning there, Crow? You hating on the fight? Now you're saying F Indiana? I mean, the Thunder won. We're happy for the Thunder. I just said shout out to Indiana. They played a hell of a series. Boy, Crow's in a mood this morning. He's cranky on a Monday.
Oh, So you're gonna make it? You gonna make it to this afternoon, sooner or later? Or you hung over, bro?
What's up, Duke? What up? What up? What up? What happened last night with you and your girlfriend? Did y'all get in trouble? All right, man. We've been going for a little while.
Like I seen dudes jumping in.
Jumping in the river.
It's crazy.
Hey, man.
Oh yeah.
There's some shit going on. Hey, that river, those rivers ain't got. Man, there's something weird about water these days for me. I like it, but bodies of water that have snakes in them, I'm not that cool with. And nasty water. You fell asleep on me, you rat bastard. Just kidding, bro. All right. Going to be live at 3. Don't forget to go check out Mike and Mike on Mondays at 3 p.m. Lawyer's not present. Always a Texas knucklehead in the chat. There's always a few. Yeah. They love the show too. How can you not love the show? I mean, I can't blame them. We had an Ohio State guy in here earlier. I don't know if he's still in there, but he's one of our guys. We've had Florida State folks in here for the last 2 days. Huh? What'd you say?
The Tennessee folks will start coming back around.
Tennessee folks will be back sooner than later because we got to have that. We're gonna have to have that discussion. We're gonna have to have that discussion. We're gonna be.
I don't think they're gonna come around like that. I don't think they're gonna come around like that anymore because they're not.
That's weak. It's later in the year,
like they were last year.
Definitely later in the year. They should have some L's by then. They should have some L's by then.
Yeah. Just go ahead, give us back.
We should probably start up the shit talk about them a little early. Don't you think? Don't you think we got to talk a little shit a little earlier so we can get that response?
Bro, I'm not talking any shit about them because I'm going to there this year.
I'm going to be there too. So I was just thinking about that.
Let's keep it.
I'm going to look at a tour bus today. I'm going to look at a tour bus today.
Huh?
A tour bus?
Damn.
It's an older one though. It'd be like a project. It'd be a project though. It'd be a project. It runs really well, but it's not ready for but it's from like a bus company or whatever. It's from a bus company.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take a look
for 100 mil.
For 100 mil, I would let both y'all whip my ass. Yeah, I listen for 100 million, and he's getting 150 more than that. He's getting 250 to get that ass whipping. Canelo is. Yeah, man. I'd try to go and duck out, and I'd take the ass whipping myself, no doubt. No doubt.
For sure.
It's a lot of money, man. Even if it went all 12 rounds and you got your ass kicked for 12 fucking rounds, it would be way worth it. Mm-hmm. And that essentially they're going to end up getting what, 350 probably each. By the time you
that's not the gate purses, right? That's not the gate purses, concessions, merch.
No, I'm saying between two fights, that'll be the split. It'll be 250 next time for Bud, 100 for Canelo on the next fight, right? They'll swap it, and so that's 350 there.
They have to renegotiate.
Yeah, Bud could piece him up to the point that he don't want nothing after that. He don't want to fight again. But not to hear Canelo say it. Canelo will be like, no, man, we ain't scared of nothing.
Canelo been scared, man. I tell you,
that's why he's acting like. That's why he's acting like that. That's why he's pushing and doing stupid
he's scared
shit.
Benavidez, I'm gonna tell you that right now.
He should be. Benavidez is a badass dude too. He's a badass dude too. You know who else? Bro, I've been watching a lot of these. It's been TikTok crazy lately, or like on these short videos. Is what's his name? That Russian cat. That motherfucker can. He's dodging and dropping them right on the money too. What's his name? Shit. I've been watching a lot of those videos. It just slipped my mind right now. He's a bad dude. What's his name? I don't know. There's some good fighters out there. I'll think about it later. I'll send you a clip next time I see one. It pop up. Huh?
Madrimov?
Say it again.
Is it Madrimov?
No. No, I don't think so. Maybe.
Oh.
Madrimov?
That's the guy who I was thinking earlier that Bud fought. I couldn't remember his name.
Let me see.
That's hilarious.
Oh no. That dude looks just like Triple G. Madrimov.
Yeah.
Like just
twin,
like Triple G.
Sure. Dude, you want to talk about something like we're gonna make this into a boxing show right now, but Triple G beat Canelo twice.
I think he did too. I've said
you
that.
can't tell me otherwise.
And we agree on something here, buddy. We agree on something. We agree on something here. I'm a fan of Triple G. I thought that he got fucked twice easy. Especially that first fight. There was no two ways around it. He beat the shit out of Canelo. The next fight, I didn't have a problem with. I wouldn't have had a problem with fight 2 being a draw or even going Canelo's way because I think Canelo changed the way he fought and took it to Triple G in that fight.
Canelo finished strong. Finished strong is why he got that.
Correct.
But I still don't think he beat him.
I didn't think he did either, but I'm just saying I didn't have a problem so much with the decision on that one, but I thought it was closer. I thought it was closer than I don't know. I don't know that I've guaranteed say that he won the second fight, but he won the early rounds of the second fight and he controlled both fights. Now, fight 3, I didn't watch. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you I did. So, because I thought they had it in for Triple G. So, I don't know. Did you watch the third fight?
I don't even know why there was a third fight. I don't even know why there was a third
because everybody was sick and tired of seeing that. Everybody was pissed about the way it went down. I don't blame them. It was fucked up. You want Canelo to pull it to beat up Jake Paul?
Never going to fight a real boxer.
Nah.
Jake Paul is never going to fight a real boxer, bro. No. Like, he's not going to do it.
And if you say Mike Tyson, you're kicked out because that wasn't a real fight.
If Mike Tyson really wanted to do what he wanted to do, Mike Tyson would have cleaned his ass up, even in the age of 50.
Yeah, he would have. He could have. He could have.
But at least we got a good quality shot of Mike Tyson doing an interview on his jockstrap and turning around and walking away.
That was weird, wasn't it? It was a weird deal.
God, that was crazy. Absolute craziness. Like, if you're the person doing the interview, like, hey, Mike, we really want to do this interview with you. Can you go put on some shorts?
Would you say that to Mike Tyson?
100%.
No, you would.
100%. Hey, bro, can you put on some pants for your boy? Let's keep the PG out here. Like, yeah. I like talking with guys with jock straps on. Out. Like, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit who you are. Put some clothes on, homie.
Yeah, I don't know. Mike Tyson might beat your ass just for saying it and then like rub himself all over you.
Dude, let me tell you something. Mike Tyson might catch me with one. Mike Tyson might catch me with one, but when we take it to the ground, I'm schooling him. He may take off a piece of the ear, but I'm getting it in on him. Just know that I might eat one.
What?
But
what?
Know that, bro. Know that. Just know that. Just know that.
Who the fuck is that guy?
You sure?
It's gonna go to the ground. Oh yeah, it's gonna go to the ground, and I'm gonna choke his ass out.
I don't believe you.
Dude, first of all, I don't know if you know this, but in the
Army, I do know this. I'm just fucking with you.
You do a lot of combatives. And I'm not a little guy.
I know you're not. I've been around you.
Yeah. Once your boy achieves the mount, there's only been one person that's gotten out of it.
Who was that?
And he was a purple belt. His name was Captain Stanley. He was my commander.
Cap.
When I was a drill sergeant at Benning. That motherfucker.
You got to beat up on your freaking commanding officer?
We were in combatives class. We took combatives level 2 together. And he was like a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. And somehow, I don't know how, but I had him mounted, and the next thing I know, he was on top of me and he grabbed my collar from the old ACU Velcro piece right here and like pulled it across and choked me out with my fucking own collar. And I was like, hold up, what did you? I had no idea what happened or how he did it. I didn't even know that was like you could do that. And he fucking choked my ass out. No, hey Jesse, like for real, boxing wise, like yeah, he's probably. I'm not fucking boxing Mike Tyson. I'm telling you that right now. Not doing it. Not doing it. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm not boxing him, but let me tell you something. If he doesn't knock me out with that first one, it's game on. I'm not saying like I'm not. To be honest with you, though, I wouldn't even do that with Mike Tyson. He's old.
Right? I was going to say, what would you? Yeah, wait a minute though. You're not that much younger.
Dude, I'm 46.
Okay. He's 52, 52, 53, something like that. 52, 53. But he's also a world-class athlete, bro. What are we talking about? He's one of the greatest
I know
heavyweight fighters ever.
I'm not boxing him, homie. That's what I'm saying. I'm not boxing him.
Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
My plan is to the ground and smothering him.
Yeah, listen, I mean, you got to have something. You got to do something. You got to do something. Or that or shoot the motherfucker. That's all I do.
If Mike Tyson catches me clean, nobody, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought Mike Tyson was like 59.
Oh, wow.
58? Yeah.
He may be.
But yeah, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody trying to box Mike Tyson. Shit. Ain't nobody trying to box Mike Tyson. But I'm saying if he come at me crazy, I ain't just going to let him do what he, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get all he can get all he can handle.
Bro, I'm not even, there ain't going to be no wrestling. I'm going to shoot the motherfucker. That's all there is to it. if I got Mike chasing me around.
I mean, yeah.
Got to go there. You got to get shot.
Man. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm ain't nobody boxing him. You know what I mean? But I'd rather.
That's why that whole deal with Jake Paul made me sick. I was like, you got to be shitting me.
Smoke a lot of weed with him.
Yeah, that I would do. Yeah. I'd hang out and smoke some weed. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's the way to go. Much better than
preferred.
Preferred. The preferred way to go about it is to just.
I don't even know how did I even get on that tangent about taking Mike Tyson to the ground and fucking?
I have no idea. Because I told you that you wouldn't tell him to put some draws on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what it was. Oh, that's good shit. Well, like we said, hey, shout out to the Thunder. Shout out to Bud and Canelo for making it a fight. And shout out to the Sooners for having a good weekend. Looks like it's gonna pay dividends yet again. This Champ U BBQ. That was the whole point of this show, is that these guys close on weekends like this. It's big. They know how to throw that party. They know how to bring the right guys in. Boganowski was in speaking with potential parents of players and helping answer questions that they might have about the program. I think that's a smart move as well on the part of the program. Who better to sell your program than people that are already in it from the parent standpoint? Yeah. So I think that's awesome. Look, I think it's going to turn into, for whatever negative you thought it might have been about, Jaden O'Neal and getting Bowe Bentley. I think that they ended up surviving that pretty well. Chances are they're going to add to this class. They've already added to this class on top of that. Looking like it's going to continue to get better as the week goes on. And listen, I would tell everybody that more than likely you'll see most of these guys sign or commit pre-July 1, because July 1 is when everything goes into effect with the rev share, which means that they'll be, at least for the time being, limited as to how much money that they can get. So they're going to want to get the money that they can get now so that they can't screw with them later on it. It's how Texas Tech got around that whole deal. All that money they're talking about, that $55 million for their entire program, their athletic program, it's because a lot of it's up front, like Najee Kennedy and all that kind of stuff. Same stuff.
Dude,
so
their softball team, they are just racking up transfers, dude.
Yeah, they were. You want to
cracking
talk?
up
I mean,
there.
if the, I tell you what, who somebody's the softball schools that are probably watching this Wisconsin Miami lawsuit to see how that goes, because there's it's been open tampering from Texas Tech without a doubt, and they don't. I mean, during the season, all that shit, and there's actual. They have actual. They have actual proof. It sounds like.
Yeah, but it's not directly. It's not direct from the collective.
Not from Tech, but it's from but it is from people within that NIL that with their collective.
See, what I read, it wasn't. They weren't directly from them. It was like, it wasn't like they were employed from them, right? So, like, how do you make that connection? And like, you know what I'm saying? If it's from,
well, they are connected through the collective is. I don't know if it's direct. It seems like it's directly connected to Texas Tech, from what I could tell.
See, the article I read said it wasn't.
No, maybe
it wasn't directly, but I mean,
but there's certainly they were definitely being
right. But there's no doubt that girl from Tennessee already knew she was going there in like
Texas and Oklahoma both had two of their top players. In fact, I mean, like basically their best players were talked to in April.
Yeah, Cat. They tried to reach out to Pickering too, right?
Pickering and what's that girl's name at Texas? Cat. I forget her name. Yeah, who? 10 different sources of tampering. They contacted Atwood during the regular season. Yeah, same. They were contacting a lot of them. Yeah, and poor
shit. The girl from Mexico State. The girl from Mexico State, Desiree Spearman, went to Texas Tech.
That's right. Yeah, they've been pretty good for a while too.
USA Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm. They've been pretty good for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Colby says 10 different sources of tampering.
Yeah, no, they do all right.
Mm-hmm.
They do all right. But yeah, man.
You're gonna have to prove it all, though. That's the one thing is nobody's all the way stupid enough to not kind of cover their tracks. I mean, you can say things, but unless you have proof, phone records, and you have to be able to directly tie it to the university and the coaching staff. Well, good luck with that. And because the thing is even if it is through the collective or whatever, unless it is completely tied to your university, which I don't know for sure that it is. I'd have to ask and look. It feels like it may be because I think they can be in Texas. But that being said, unless you can completely tie those two together and even that they had knowledge of it, good luck. So,
yeah,
this is funny. Tech tried to tamper with K-State softball
players.
Hey,
you know what though? I'm glad the girls are getting paid because women's college softball is amazing.
Fantastic. I'm great. I have no problem with paying them. None. I don't have any problem. These athletes have been getting screwed for a long time. What you don't like to see is them. I mean, there's gotta be some honor among thieves, man.
I don't even mind the backdoor shit, Jason. Like that doesn't bother me one bit.
I don't necessarily, but it's not bothering me too. There's got to be some honor among thieves.
If it bothers you, bro, just admit it. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't like Tech.
It's okay.
I don't like Tech going after OU players for sure. I'll say.
Yeah, but listen, man, you gotta and like.
But OU needs to pay. Hey, listen, for that matter, Patty has to pay to play too. It's just the same. I get it. But Oklahoma loaded up. Like, Oklahoma loaded up too. They loaded up too. I mean,
I only think they took one, right?
No, they loaded up.
Pitcher from LSU?
But they loaded. Yes, well, they got her. But I'm saying they loaded up. They got the pitcher from LSU. But their incoming class is unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Number one player, number two player, number three player in the class. And then I think out of what is it, 5 or 6 of them, they're all in the top 12 or some shit like that.
Yeah, they're the real deal. And the pitcher's coming back. the one that went home for a little stint in the spring. Sounds like she's
Jordy's
coming
back. Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
Jordy Ball, she's not coming back from Nebraska, is she?
No.
I'd love it if that
Bordy,
happened.
Sophie Bordy, I think's her name.
Sophie Bordy, you're right. Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be real cool.
Yeah. But cool, man. Let me get out of here.
All right, man. I gotta
get some food popping over here. I got some kids.
Yeah, I gotta go. I do too. I got some stuff to do, and yeah, man. Appreciate everybody coming in. Big Bowe, we'll talk to you later on during this week. Hey, give me a call later when you get a chance. I'll holler at you about something.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Throw them down. We'll see you all on the next one. Are you tired of your game day gear looking like it's stuck in the offseason? Well, step up your fandom with Hall of Fame College Football's official Fanatics partner store. Whether you're a diehard Oklahoma Sooners fan like myself, bleeding crimson and cream, or you rep another one of the SEC's heavy hitters, Fanatics has you covered. Shop thousands of officially licensed hats, jerseys, sideline polos, and exclusive championship merch from the entire Power 4 and Group of 6 too, all shipped directly to your doorstep and fast. Want to gear up like your favorite coaches and players? Are you looking for that perfect tailgate tee or a statement piece for your man cave? Fanatics is your one-stop shop for authentic college football gear from everybody that plays the game. So do yourself and your team a favor. Click our link in the description or simply log on to hofmedia.us/fanatics. That's hofmedia.us/fanatics. And you can shop everything that you want for the best prices of the day right on our Fanatics partner page.